Greetings, fellow campers. I'm Dave Chandler, retired Master Sergeant of Marines, retired after 20 years of service. I'm a student of history, a process improvement analyst, and a solver of political problems plaguing our country. While the following presentation is focused on the state of Michigan, the principles, systems, and processes discussed can be applied anywhere in the world. Are we to govern ourselves in fellowship or be ruled by those undeserving of our trust? Should we take a knee to those unworthy of our obedience? Should we surrender to extortion and murder? Do we have the right to exchange the liberty of our children for the illusion of safety now? I say that we can govern ourselves if we can rid ourselves of the infestation of parasites seeking our wealth and our political power through endless wars, economic malfeasance, and social strife. Bottom line up front. Our townships and counties, being the most direct representatives of the combined wealth and political will of the people, have an inherent right to be equal partners in the administration of Michigan. Today, with the help of the so-called two-party system, the sovereignty of our local governments and our rights have been stolen by those who have used our combined wealth and political will against us. Until our townships and counties have a direct voice in the state legislature, and until they are equal partners in the administration of Michigan, we, the people of Michigan, shall suffer ignorance, poverty, fear, and hatred of our fellow man. Situation. Our federal and state governments and institutions are captive to an oligarchy of corrupt globalists. The executive branch utilizes laws and regulations to exploit the people and the land for their own personal benefit. Our justice system has been captured by those oligarchs to erect barriers against justice and cage those of us who oppose them. Our legislature is nothing more than a congress of straw busses, chosen for their obedience to the gods of wealth and power. And our public and private partnerships are monopolies designed to create an environment of scarcity, ignorance, and fear. The solution. Our solution is to establish a new form of decentralized government that shifts the balance of wealth and power to the people at the local level. We're going to ratify a new constitution for the Republic of Michigan. A bad system will beat a good man every time. That's Edward Deming. The systemic problems are so numerous with such great scope that solving them by the passage of a few initiatives is not enough. The entire state constitution and the criminal enterprise it represents must be scrapped. The following presentations will identify the root cause of our problem and provide solutions to secure our liberty for ourselves and our children. Foundations of a Peaceful and Prosperous Society. This presentation will review the fundamentals of a free society. We have become so uneducated in the basics that a review is needed to ensure that we all know what it is we're actually going to work towards. We're going to look at definition of a society, definition of a nation, definition of a republic, what the law is, sovereignty, justice, and the actual purpose of government. So what is a society? A society is a nation of people sharing the same language, culture, traditions, and beliefs and economies. Our society is created by ourselves to provide a safe haven to provide for ourselves and raise our children and live together in peace and prosperity. In order for there to be peace and prosperity, we must all share the same values, traditions, beliefs, and culture. Never in history has one culture been imposed on another without friction, unrest, and violence. Societies are meant to be self-contained entities, willing to interact with other societies, but not willing to surrender themselves and their culture in exchange for peace. Peace will not be found at the end of the road of subjugation or compromise. What is a nation? A nation is a society united for the purpose of promoting its mutual safety and economic advantage by the joint efforts of its combined strengths. A nation is the institutionalization of a society. Society becomes a legal entity represented by an agent which performs tasks that no individual would be able to fairly perform for themselves. Government is that agent assigned the task of establishing justice for a society covering a specific territory. Societies sharing the same culture, traditions, and beliefs may be separated by geographic features, making it impracticable to share a government or be one nation. In these cases, several nations may be formed from the same society of people. Western civilization is a collection of nations sharing the same society. So, what is a republic? A republic is a form of government that elevates the law above all other interests and ideologies. In the book of Exodus, it can be argued that the Hebrews established the first republic under the law. The 12 tribes were bound together by the same God and under the same law. The Roman Republic was formed under a common law recognized today as natural law. The inherent weakness in the Roman system was the absence of God at the pinnacle of the hierarchy of power. Our republic was founded based on our belief in God and the natural laws both inherent and revealed by Him to the people. Only a moral and religious people can maintain a republic form of government. This is why it is essential that society be both moral and religious. While further guards against corruption may be instituted within the framework of a republican system, it is a high moral standards of the people that is the greatest guard of liberty. So, what is the law? The law is the inherent and organic set of principles that all human beings obey to live peacefully and prosperously in a civilized society. The law can be described as a natural law governing the behavior of a free people in a civilized society. The law is the basis for our social contracts. It lays the foundation for trust between human beings. It is the mother of all contracts, and the law is a gift from God to mankind. The law is both the overarching ideal of our society and the solid foundation upon which it rests. The law must be written in our hearts to be honest and kind in our relationships with our fellow man. Without the law in our hearts, our society will fail. So, why is the law important? Without the law, there is no trust that one person will fulfill a promise made to another. There can be no contract needed to build communities. Where people elevate the law above all other interests, justice and liberty prevail. Where people elevate their own interests above the law, injustice, tyranny prevail. So, where did the law come from? There are many ideas about the origins of the law. Most of them allow for doubt and rationalizations. The thing to understand is that the law must be established as the highest ideal above all other ideologies and interests. It has to be unquestionably understood that the law is God and God is the law. Without this instinctive belief, societies slide into the abyss of chaos and self-destruction. Sovereignty. Sovereignty is the inherent authority of an individual or community to govern themselves. Under natural law, individuals and communities possess a wide range of powers and responsibilities to provide for themselves and to govern themselves without usurpations or infringements from others. Our sovereignty has been stolen by the state and federal governments under the guise of safety, health, and security. Before Jesus came, individuals did not understand their connection to divinity. They did not understand their relationship with God. When Jesus was born, it is said that every soul felt its worth. Each of us has a relationship with Jesus, with God. We have an inherent value that transcends the material world. As Sting once wrote, we are spirits in the material world. We are free creatures subject only to God. It is this inherent value and liberty that is the basis for our sovereignty. God has granted these gifts so that we may go forth in the world and spread the good news. What God grants to us, no man may take away. Justice. Without justice, there can be no liberty. Justice is the unbiased enforcement of the law. Justice is the proper representation of the people in government. Justice is a guardian against foreign encroachments. And justice in a just society, people can exercise their rights in the pursuit of happiness. The purpose of government is to establish and maintain justice for all. Both the rich and the poor must be treated equally in the eyes of the law. Justice levels a marketplace to ensure that every person has a fair shot at making a living. Justice reaches to our legislative bodies to ensure that the people are fairly represented. Justice is also applied to foreign relationships. Our nation must act in fairness when building relationships with our neighbors. Finally, we get to the purpose of government. Governments must be subject to the law if they are to govern fairly. It is a common misconception that the government is our leader. The truth is that our government is our servant. Reality dictates otherwise, hence the reason for reforms to be made. Government is our servant, is granted specific limited powers to establish and maintain a just society. Government is the good shepherd and steward of our social compact. It provides for our internal and external security, and it provides for an education system dedicated to prosperity of our society. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. In a review here, God, the law, our culture, traditions, and beliefs are the foundation of our society. Justice is the means by which we achieve peaceful and prosperous society. Governments are established to provide services needed to preserve our society now and into the future. In the next presentation, we will identify legislative districts as a root cause of our many social, economic, and political problems. I hope this is helpful, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.